Life is weird.
Super weird.
So, what did we decide to do with our fascination for the strange and unusual?
We made a podcast about it. This is Weirdify. Now,
let's get weird. Welcome back to another round of some weird shit with Haley and Amanda. Haley and Amanda. This is Weirdify coming at you live from
the Weirdifort.
So much forting, so much weirdage.
Forting. We're mother forters.
Oh my god. Mother forters.
That's Amanda.
That's Haley.
And together we're Amanda and Haley.
If you could not have put those
your
together.
hostesses with the mostesses. Welcome
and
back.
The ghostesses.
Ooh, I hope there's no ghostesses in here.
No, there better not be. You better leave right now. You're not welcome here.
You're now welcome here.
Welcome to episode
18
of Weirdify.
Episode 18
of Weirdify.
That's a thing now.
It is.
I know it was a thing a long time ago, but it's like officially a thing.
No, it is, yeah.
And I'm glad that you remind me because I always forget. And then I'm like, oh yeah, the thing.
Episode 18.
I know.
Wow. We're doing it.
Technically, including the two What's the Weird episodes, we have 20 episodes out.
I'm so proud of us.
I know. We're almost a quarter of the way to 100.
We're researching weird shit fools.
Look at us. We're just doing it.
Look at us. We're doing it. Remember when we were like, we want a podcast? This is the podcast. Thank you for tuning in to another round with your girls.
Yep. Amanda comes to us fresh from a nice break in Idaho.
That's correct. Idaho was lovely, beautiful, stunning. Oh my gosh, what I didn't tell you, because she always comes over. We record at my place.
We have dinner.
We have dinner. We
have
talk.
A drink. Yeah.
We get out the things, right? But I forgot to tell you that I fed a turkey.
Oh, I don't like turkeys. They scare me.
Oh, I love them. Okay, well, just listen to my story.
Oh, no, I'm absolutely
listening. Maybe it would change your
listening.
mind. Okay, so I was at Alex's parents' house, and they kind of live in somewhat of the boonies in Idaho. Not like totally the boonies, but on a dirt road, whatever. Mm-hmm. And in true his parents' fashion, they leave food out for the animals. So when we pulled in initially to their house from when I landed, there was wild turkeys. And turkeys doing the turkey thing with the big old feathers. And I was like, wow, he's so pretty. Well, the second to the last day I was there was this turkey outside their, pretty much outside their door, what we thought was asking for food. Mm-hmm. Because there was no food under the sacred food place that there is normally
the sacred food place.
And his mom goes, do you want to? Oh, Gina. Yeah, you all know Gina. Psh.
Yep, she was on the podcast.
That's right. Yes, she was. Episode 14. She was like, do you want to, feed the turkey? I think he's just hungry. And so I was like, okay. So I grab a big old dish full of turkey seeds and I walk to the tree basically with this beautiful wild turkey and I start sprinkling the seeds out and he's just eating the seeds. And then I was just standing there telling him how beautiful he was. I was 4 feet from this wild turkey and I've never seen a wild turkey. Now I'm fairly familiar with them, but they are so beautiful. Mm-hmm. When he would turn in the sunlight, it was iridescent on his feathers. Oh my gosh. I hate Thanksgiving now. I hate the tradition.
You already don't eat meat.
I know, but
you can have a tofurkey and then you know that none of your wild turkeys were harmed in the making of that meal.
That's what I want. It's so beautiful. Anyways, it was a wonderful moment.
Very cool.
Nature.
Love that.
And so was all the rest of the moments that I was up there.
Awesome.
Had a wonderful time.
You look refreshed. You look glowy.
That's not because of how hot it is in this room. It's really the Idaho air.
It's really the Idaho reset button that she pressed.
Right.
It's definitely not the humidity and hotness of this Weirdifort room.
No, I think my begonia is going to start growing in the humidity, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. Look at these crusty tips. She needs a little more humidity. So
crusty.
Begonia, do the thing right now. Okay. We can stop talking about begonias.
It's okay. It's fine. I think they are kind of aware of what they're in for if they're on episode
I hope so.
18.
See, I want all the tips to look like that.
Yeah, nice and lush.
Right.
Not as crispy. Ooh. Weirdifort ASMR. Starring the Weirdifort begonias. Does it have a name? Did we name it?
I named her Meg.
Meg? Like Hercules?
Yeah, like Megara. But her friends call her Meg. At least they would
At
if
least
she had
they would.
if she had any friends, right?
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't speak,
Yeah,
apparently.
I don't know. Begonia, Meg. It just worked.
Sure.
Yeah, so this is Meg.
Sure.
Also, Mo has a new leaf, but I forgot to show you before we started recording.
That's okay.
You see it? Can you see it from there?
In the back? The one that's up there, the little one that's like,
Yeah.
Very cute.
I know.
There's always a new leaf every time I come in here, it seems like.
That's because he's so hairy. Haley got me Mo, and that's why
She fills me in on Mo's,
progress.
yeah, Mo's little spurts of new leaves and how it's doing. And
many.
yeah, Mo is a monstera. I don't know if we've ever...
I don't
think we've mentioned that. I think we're just like, oh my god, Mo's so pretty. And they're like, who the fuck is Mo?
Monstera deliciosa, to be exact.
Yeah, sorry.
And she is stunning.
Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah, much to my surprise, she's just done nothing but thrive.
Perfect.
I'm not. I'm happy.
I bought it for her.
That's right.
It was bought with love.
So much love. And I just tell her all the time, it's so beautiful. Exactly.
Mo and Meg
and our lapis lazuli penis crystal are here for the show tonight.
Yep. Oh, mine's in my wallet. Actually, no, that's why it's not in my wallet. I put it in my little Faith Trust and Pixie Dust coin purse in my
That's great.
in my bag.
That's great.
So it's nice and protected. It has like my bobby pins and my hair ties in it, and every time I go to get a haircut, I'm like, oh, and I like take it out and I'm like, oh my god.
I love
So I do
that.
it often because my hair is in a bad state. I need to get a haircut. But
I love that. Actually, because I've been gone for a couple weeks, and then when I came back today, well, I came back a few days ago, but when I was setting up, I was really excited because I was like, oh my gosh, that's right. I have a penis crystal for the Weirdify.
it's perfect. It goes in with all the other crystals.
Which is why I ordered 2, and I'm so happy I did it this moment.
Yep. It plays off very nicely off of the others. Do you want to tell them what we're covering this week?
No.
Okay.
Maybe an episode like 100 or 50. I don't know. But not this one.
Not this one? Okay,
not this one.
Then I'll do it.
Are you over it? Do you not want to tell them?
No, I love
switch
telling it.
up?
I just want you to be able to experience that. But if you want me to keep doing it, I'm happy to keep doing
I
it.
feel like it's your baton right now.
Sure. Okay.
I'll
Pass
take
that
it-
baton. I will take it
at some
happily.
other milestone.
Okay. Sounds
Maybe
good.
not our 20th episode, but maybe a different one.
Okay.
But I appreciate you being so willing to pass
Absolutely.
that baton. But I'm just going to let you hold on to it for right now.
Okay. Well, since I have the baton still, this week we're covering...
Wow, what are we doing?
And she drops the baton. She
Wow,
falls
you know
on her
what?
face.
Actually,
She tumbles. She's now an Olympics blooper reel.
you are losing your privileges. You've got one more week, Haley.
Okay. Take 2.
Okay, and action.
This week we're covering weird alcohol.
Yes, indeed, we are.
And we wouldn't be authentically us, especially covering alcohol, if we didn't have alcohol. And
We weren't already plastered.
yes. Well, I would
Just
not say
kidding.
we're plastered.
Just kidding.
That would just be a train wreck.
It could be an interesting train wreck.
It would be an interesting train wreck, but a train wreck nonetheless, probably.
Yes, true,
We already trip over our words, like pretty much kind of maybe
Every
a little
single
tipsy
time.
/ basically sober.
Right.
So yeah, now we're drinking red wine. But yes, this week we're covering weird alcohol. And I get to go first.
Yippee! Lay it on me, girl.
And
what you
this
got?
one is weird.
Okay, well, that's perfect.
All right, so I will be the first to admit that I am part of the minority of people that do not like beer.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you are.
Please don't
So
come for
weird.
me. I prefer wine and other liquor. I'm just not a beer person. I have nothing against beer. It's just not my vibe.
But that's why there's balance, because I love it.
Exactly.
Right.
Perfect.
Nobody come for Haley, because I will then come for you.
Yay!
Okay, great.
Thanks
Now
for
that we've
thanks for supporting
established
my
that.
dislike of beer. So yeah, since I don't like beer, that's, that is what it is, but I can certainly appreciate just how far the art of beer brewing has come. When you look up how many different types of beer and flavors of beer there are readily available to all of us, I'm not surprised that one brewery in particular has gone out of their way to think outside of the box, no pun intended. A brewery in Poland apparently has developed a beer made from the lactic acid of a supermodel's vagina.
Wow. The lactic acid. So that builds up, from what I understand, when you're working out. So what? So how? Okay. All right. Please continue. I'm so excited.
That's right. Vagina beer.
We're off to the races, people.
Off to the races. Okay, so let's dive in and answer some of the burning questions I'm sure that you have.
Yes, and many are just like rolling across like on the news at the bottom where it's just
I know,
like,
and it's just like,
what the fuck? How the fuck? Where the fuck? Why the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, so our first question is, where is this brewery in Poland? I unfortunately can't answer that really.
Oh.
I was unable to locate the exact city and the name of the brewery. One article I found did say that the brewery was in the city of Katowice, which is 182.5 miles outside of Poland's capital city of Warsaw.
Okay.
And the gentleman who is said to have started all of this is named Wojtek Mann.
Wojtek Man?
Wojtek Mann.
Okay.
Wojtek, last name Mann with 2 N's.
Okay, great.
And the brewery does refer to themselves as the Order of Yoni, which then leads me to our next question.
I know what a yoni is.
What is the Order of Yoni? Well, according to the web...
Unicorn Dad is... he's freaking out right now. He's
Really?
like, I know all about yonis. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, there's many yonis out in the desert that you can find. Okay, sorry.
So,
Please
it's okay.
continue.
No, it's okay.
I have to refer to him as Unicorn Dad.
Absolutely. I expect nothing else.
Sorry, please continue.
So, according to the website, the Order of Yoni was an order that was established by the priestesses who worshipped the mother goddess or the great goddess, and they believed that this goddess represented or personified the essence of motherhood, fertility, creation, destruction, and the bounty of the earth. And their purpose was to worship the mother goddess by finding her deities on earth and obtaining her divine sacrament that lies within them inside of their yoni.
Wow. Yoni is vagina.
What is a yoni? That's my next question.
Okay.
The yoni is the primary tantric object of worship. The word yoni is actually Sanskrit for vagina, but is also referred to as the female delta, the vulva, and the divine feminine. Mm-hmm. The followers of the mother goddess believed that they had actually found, again, the mother goddess's divine sacrament within the yonis of her deities on earth. They would respectfully, they were very specific about how they did it respectfully.
Of course.
They respectfully removed the sacrament, mixed it with water, malts, and yeast to form a sour ale, and then would drink it to honor the mother goddess. The yoni symbol in its multiple forms, and these practices can be found throughout multiple civilizations ranging from ancient Babylon, Egypt, and Greece, also to the Knights Templar, and apparently even connected it to Leonardo da Vinci as one of the order's greatest masters.
Wow.
Can't confirm.
Well, the Indians that used to live in the desert out here have carved yonis into rocks, like all over the place.
Yeah, well, fertility since the beginning of time has been so incredibly sacred. I mean, we are the givers of life.
Right, that's us.
So, power to the yoni, man.
Uh-huh. That's right. That's right.
So, why was the beer created? Its whole purpose was to allow people from all different corners of the world taste the divine sacrament and connect to the new world with the mother goddess. So, how was it made?
Yes, please enlighten me.
This is the biggest question, I'm sure. So, the star of the show is a bacteria known as lactobacillus. According to Wojtek Mann, a gynecologist takes a smear sample from Czech supermodels. And then in the brewery's lab, they isolate the lactobacillus bacteria and then obviously examines the smear test sample for other like bacteria and viruses to make sure that the bacteria is healthy and usable. And then once it is cleared, the sample is then multiplied into quantities large enough to make culture starter kits that the brewery uses during its fermentation process. And they use the yoni lactobacillus in the production of a multitude of different types of beers. Now, in my research, I found a lot of articles on this, and it seems like this beer came out, or the idea for this beer came out in like 2016.
Okay.
And I couldn't really find many reviews on like the taste of it. It was very, very few.
Okay.
But the website, it's very clearly geared towards straight men. It's like over-sexualized pictures of women, and the models are all in like underwear and just like holding like the beer bottles up to their mouth all seductively, just like the standard,
just sexism,
like Mad
at its
TV.
finest.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, great.
So I was like, okay, like this is very clearly, but then they are trying to pay homage to the yoni and like fertility and the feminine power and all this stuff, and it's just like,
well, I mean, you could use any yoni for that then. You don't just have to use supermodels.
yeah. So imagine the target symbol, and obviously that's just like circle, circle, dot. So the yoni symbol for the beer and the brewery itself is like the target symbol, but squares instead. So square, square, and then a littler square.
Okay.
And then it has like one little V at the bottom, and it looks like the lips of a vagina.
Okay.
And that's like the whole brewery symbol. It's very, very, very much like a sexist, stereotypical, like Mad TV kind of vibes is what I got from it versus like, oh, women power and all of this stuff. So this is a direct quote of the informative video on their actual like tangible website.
Okay.
So it says, they're in Poland, so the English is a little broken at parts. Imagine a woman of your dreams, the object of your desire, her charm, her sensuality, her passion. Try her taste. Feel her smell, hear her voice. Now free your fantasies and imagine that with a magic wand you can close it in one bottle of beer. The golden drink brewed with her lure and grace and flavored with instincts, which source we have identified. We have discovered a process of transmission of her essence, of her femininity, her instincts by isolation of lactic acid bacteria from her vagina. Our laboratory isolates and multiplies the bacteria in a safe way. Additionally, we examine the final bacteria in terms of its purity and safety. We use the bacteria in the production of our sour ales, lambics, Flanders ales, and sour stouts. By using yoni bacteria in the process, the beers contain femininity and women's instincts. We have selected beautiful Czech model Alexandra Brendlova to be our source of the yoni. That is a kind of female whose pheromones will stay with you after the meeting for the following week long. It's total excitement and insanity reminding you of the best time of your youth. This insanity will overwhelm your mind with the first taste of our beer. We have devoted much time in seeking such a woman, and finally we have found a woman who possesses the instincts we wanted to frame in our bottle. We have bottled the beer in a golden black bottle, which serves as an ark of her instincts. It presents her name with the date of the collection of her vaginal swab.
Wow.
Also, it has our logo, the yoni, which is based on an original sculpture in a Vietnamese temple. Yoni means vagina in Sanskrit. The success of the enterprise depends on you. We have prepared many perks, including vouchers for the beers and gadgets. For the most generous, we can prepare a home-brewed beer based on your girlfriend's yoni bacteria. Our financial goal is 150,000 euros. It will enable us to brew 6 batches of approximately 16,600 beers. The surplus will help us in the creation of future products, including the beers we have described in our Indiegogo offer. We encourage leading beer distributors and imports to cooperate with us. Also, we encourage the best beer stores around the world to take part in our crowdfunding action. So I believe in 2016 when it first came out, it was like the Indiegogo was like the European version of like a GoFundMe. And so this guy wanted to start it off and it just didn't take off. And I'll kind of cover what happens.
People didn't want to fund
in a
taking
little bit.
vagina swabs and making them into beer?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't have put any money towards that, but that's just me and my wallet. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
So this video is, again, like I said, from their current website.
Okay.
And there is an option to purchase the beers, but they claim to not contain any woman essence. But there are 2 versions of the site, yoni.beer and beerofpleasure.com. And I should state that it's known as the Beer of Pleasure or the Essence Beer or Bottled Instinct. Yeah, Bottled Instinct.
Okay.
There was also Bottled Lust and Bottled Pleasure, and those are specifically named after apparently like 2 Czech models.
Okay.
And they just chose those names because why
I
not?
feel like I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Grandma's essence is just as
important
beautiful
as supermodels.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
There
right.
was one of the pages, like the articles I was reading when I was doing my research, this guy was like something along the lines of to capture her essence and her like womanhood and her regality, like her being like very regal. And then the guy was like, I mean, I like Dame Judi Dench. Like, I claim that she's like one of the most regal people I know, but it's like, I don't want to be drinking her pussy juice. Like, it was just, it was ridiculous.
Oh my God.
But I was like, good God. Yeah. So each of these 2 websites is
I have so many words in my head that
I'm
I
sure you
shouldn't
do.
say to go life to the world. I love men. Okay, continue.
So again, the two sites are just a smidge different. The Beer of Pleasure website, again, does have an actual window where you can purchase 3 different types of beer, but it does state at the bottom that it does not contain woman's essence, but there is a button beneath that that says, check out our essence beers. Okay. And then it takes you to the second website, and there it's significantly more provocative. So instead of just like sexy women in lingerie, I think the main like kind of cover art thing right above their logo at the top of the page is like a chick, and she's holding a beer bottle and she's putting her hand on her cooch. You can't see any of like the lips or anything, but it's she's like, soaking wet and beer is dripping down her like into the bottle. And then on other tabs there's bare breasts and just it's very provocative.
Okay.
And having really nothing to do with beer. It's just all like sex, pretty much like everything else that's thrown at us.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
This does take you to a window where you can view the beer that apparently does have the essence of the woman, but I don't know if it's just because I'm in the U.S. and they don't ship globally that I wasn't actually able to purchase it. There was no like purchase option.
Okay.
Not like I was going to purchase it, but... So again, it looked like the venture was started by Wojtek Mann, who was unsuccessful in getting the funding for the project initially, but then a single investor who was unnamed invested, and then Mann was able to make his dream into a reality. The beer is approximately $6.80, I believe, but again, I don't think it ships globally. Although I was unable to find anything on the website about original model Alexandra Brendlova. There are pictures of new models, and it's under like their goddesses tab, and they have these like lingerie like model glamour shots of 3 different models, and that's apparently like the different essences that are provided for the beers.
This is crazy.
I know. And the history section seemed a little cultish to me. It was very much like the history focused a lot on all these civilizations had the same exact like divine sacrament mixture that they would always drink. And even the Leonardo da Vinci thing, they claimed that his greatest work was the Mona Lisa, and he only painted it because he had taken a sip of this cocktail and just was so overwhelmed and had to paint the most beautiful woman and all this stuff. And but that was like kind of the common thread. And I was like, I don't know the legitimacy of that, obviously, but that's what they said, was that it translated through all these different cultures and civilizations. So although I couldn't find any reviews regarding the actual taste of the beer, I know that the over-sexualized and misogynistic angle that the website and frankly the whole idea had left a bad taste in my mouth.
Interesting. Yeah, same. Will not be buying that beer if I'm ever in Poland. Not really my thing, but good for them, I guess. That's cool. I encourage them to utilize all vaginas because they're all beautiful.
Yep.
And whoever said that they don't want Judi Dench's essence, that's rude. And
she is an Academy Award-winning dame.
You would be so fucking blessed to have Judi Dench's essence in your fucking beer. Just saying.
I feel like that would be quite a beer.
That would be quite a beer. Oh, but you don't want it. You just want the same models.
So that is the Order of Yoni Brewery's Bottled Instincts.
That's cool. I'm so happy you shared that with me.
Yeah. I just had to let everyone know that apparently vagina beer is now a thing.
Right.
Yeah. I won't say it's a very popular thing. A lot of people were not on board. They were just writing the articles to educate people that this was a thing.
An option for them if they so wanted it.
Yeah. But the grossest part was the fact that they were like, as like a extra, perk to like help me with my GoFundMe, like for only this amount of money, we'll send you like a home brewing kit that you can use your own girlfriend's yoni essence to make your own beer.
Okay, I feel like if you have to select out the specific bacteria with which you then cultivate and multiply, I'm sorry, we don't all just have fucking microscopes in our kitchen to be identifying, separating, and then multultiplying bacteria. Yeah. Oh, honey, I found your special bacteria. We got it. We're gonna
be rich.
We're gonna be rich.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that seems questionable at best to me.
That seems questionable.
That seems, the water's unsanitary. The beer is unsanitary.
The water's very much unsanitary.
Oh my gosh.
But what about bacteria?
Yeah.
That's the point.
I hope we have Disney listeners that catch on to all of our Disney quotes.
You know what? I've been listening to a few of them. Obviously, last week it was fairy tales, so there was obviously going to be some sort of referencing. We have some good stuff, and it's like kind of obscure. So yeah, all of our Disney people, give us a like. Leave us a comment. Let us know you're there.
Let us know
I'm
you
so
get
curious.
our bloopers and our Disney quotes. There's many.
There's so many. We just kind of slide them on in there.
Yeah, we do. I'm going to keep on doing it. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it's probably because you don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly, which is fine, but
yeah,
you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know.
That's right. That's right. Well, should I go?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, did you break your begonia?
I think
I just heard snap, and I was like, oh,
There's a
no.
little crusty piece right here.
Don't play with the
Okay.
crusty.
All right, I will. All right.
All right, go, girl, go.
Okay. So, amongst the many weird alcohols that I came across in my research, some less strange than others, like bacon-flavored vodka, grilled cheese martini, or pizza beer. And some much more strange, and I'm going to just name off a few contenders that I had because they're just noteworthy. From the reindeer antler whiskey, said to improve your social status, to the 3-penis liquor from China, consisting of seal, deer, and Cantonese dog penis, said to give the drinker added fertility, to the baby mice wine from South Korea, where, yes, baby mice, 2 or 3 days old, are drowned in rice wine and left for a year to ferment. I read that the taste is consistent of gasoline. Or the diabetic's urine whiskey from England, made from the high sugar content of diabetic piss. Oh, and there is even a beer in New Zealand that is brewed with deer semen. How interesting that I bring up deer semen and you're bringing up human vaginas in beer. All that to say, there's really no shortage of weird alcohols, but there was one that really struck my fancy.
And it wasn't the deer semen.
And it wasn't the deer semen. And we as humans clearly have no shortage of creativity when it comes to conjuring up oddities, as we well know. And again, that's why we are here.
That is why we are here.
Now, the alcohol that I've chosen isn't really an alcohol per se, but it's what goes into the alcohol that had me raising both eyebrows. So for this week's Weirdity, we are traveling to northern Canada, to the city of Dawson, and into the Sourdough Saloon, where we will dip a toe into the strangest cocktail I've ever heard of. The cocktail itself has existed since, your face is everything right now. Her tongue is like going back and forth. Side to side with her teeth, I can tell you're just
the baby mice wine made me want to cry. I got teary-eyed for that one, and now I'm just like processing. So I apologize if my processing face is real weird.
I threw a lot in that little intro, but that's because there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, I knew there was like flavored stuff, like weird flavors of things, but like there were some things in there I was like, wow,
no, like
that's not the weird one. Okay, sounds good.
Using animal bits to heighten your drinking experience. Okay, so this cocktail has existed since 1973 and is a namesake for the saloon. The saloon is located inside of the Inn Downtown Hotel. All right, let's talk about the ingredients, and then we're going to talk about how this weird drink came to be.
Okay.
So, ingredients. 1 ounce minimum of alcohol of your choice, but is traditionally served with Yukon Jack. We're going to garnish it with some courage because the last ingredient is 1 dehydrated preserved human toe. Yep, you've heard me right. We are talking about the sour toe cocktail, where the slogan, you can drink it fast, you can drink it slow, but your lips must touch the toe, has drawn over 70,000 people to try it out and thousands more each year.
I say this probably every episode. I didn't know where you were going, but it wasn't there.
Here we are.
But here we are.
We've arrived.
Wow. Okay. They're really giving Wendy's a run for their money with the whole like finger or toe that they found in the chili.
Yes, we are.
Okay, proceed. A toe. I thought you said sourdough.
Sour toe cocktail.
Oh, no, I got that, but I thought that you said the inn was called the Sour Toe Inn or something like that, right?
No, it's called Sourdough Saloon.
Oh, it is. Okay. I was like,
And then it's a sour toe cocktail.
I see. So it's just like a play on words. Got it. Okay.
That's right.
Got that.
So, toe time, as they call it, begins at 9 every night and ends at 11. And if you are so brave to order and drink it, you will be one of the thousands to have a sour toe cocktail certificate, which is just a fun souvenir they give to all who are brave enough to finish their drink.
I need to know where they're getting the toes. Are you going to tell me that?
I am.
Thank God. Okay.
Okay.
Then proceed.
So, how on earth did this ever get started? The first toe allegedly came from a miner named Louis Lycan, who lost one of his toes to frostbite in the 1920s. Lycan decided not to get rid of the toe. He liked it. He wasn't ready to part with it. So instead of parting with his toe, he decided to keep it and preserve it in a jar of alcohol. Fast forward to 1973, where Yukon local Captain Dick is cleaning out his cabin and finds the preserved toe. And instead of any other logical option, like I would probably be like, oh, that's kind of gross, I'm going to just like toss that. No, he decides to start dropping it into the drinks of brave patrons of the saloon. And so the sourdough cocktail was born your face.
Well, I know. Why is that your first thought?
I got an idea.
My first thought is to not put a human body part in a drink that I'm serving to normal patrons.
Right.
Like, I see a toe, I freak
like
out.
him.
Yeah, and I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. So the first toe lasted about 7 years until a miner by the name of Gary Younger accidentally swallowed it. From what I read, he had had several drinks.
I'm sorry. I'll try to keep my face like in check.
No, please don't. It's making it better.
It's just getting worse.
It's
absolutely getting worse.
Right.
Gross. Okay.
So apparently he had many drinks before accidentally swallowing it, but I still don't understand how you accidentally swallow a toe. Like, it's just like, whoop, down the gullet, my bad.
Depends on the toe, maybe? Like, if it's a pinky toe, it's easier to miss than, say, a big toe? I don't know. I mean, regardless, I am so weird about textures anyway with my food, and I'm like, there's no way I would have been like, oh, I'm just going to let that pass, whatever that was.
Okay.
Oh, gross.
So since then, there have been many toes donated to the saloon. Mm-hmm. Some from accidents, some from frostbite, some from amputations, some surgically removed, some are donated by mail, and others in person. All by donation. I'm not really sure how else I guess you would get it. You're like, give me your toe. We got a tradition to uphold.
By mail?
By mail.
Depending on where it's coming from, it could get to you and be like, oh, no. I hate it all.
They get about 5 years out of each toe before they retire them because they start to disintegrate. They are cured in salt for about 6 months before they are ready to be served, but not everyone can just let it touch their lip. There's always someone who's got to take it too far. And in 2013, that's just what happened. A writer from New Orleans by the name of Joshua Clark swallowed the drink, toe and all, on purpose. He ordered the drink, he tossed it all back, and then he got up and left. Something to keep in mind is that there is a fine for consuming the toe, which he proudly paid the $500 fine for and then skipped town because apparently there was actually people who went looking for him. He was eventually banned from the hotel that homes the sourdough cocktail. The sourdough saloon, sorry. I guess both, really. I did read that 3 years later, he came back to right his wrong and offer up one of his toes.
Full circle moment.
And this was like so devastating. There is a short documentary that was done on it, but you can only watch it if you live in Canada. So I really tried to look and see if that was true. I couldn't really find anything, but that was what I read, that he came back to right his wrong. So because of him, the fine is now $2,500 to avoid anyone consuming the toe on purpose. They're not exactly easy to come by, and consuming it ruins the fun for everybody else, right? Like, it's not there to be consumed. It's just there as a garnish, and it's just there to be fun.
So is it one toe per cocktail?
Yeah. So you just like drink it, and then they take the toe back and put it in another cocktail.
Oh, okay. So they do reuse the toes.
Oh, yes. For up to 5 years until they start to disintegrate.
Oh, yeah. I know you said that, but I didn't put two and two together. I just assumed that I don't know what I assumed.
No, many cocktails
My mind is
are
going
consumed using the same toe.
Oh, oof, yeah. Gross.
In 2017, there was a patron who stole one of the toes, apparently worth $80,000 in revenue.
The toe was worth $80,000 in revenue?
The toe had produced $80,000 in revenue.
Oh.
That many people are ordering this drink. Wow.
Why?
The thrill of it all. I want a toe in my drink. You know, it makes me think of when we did food and I was talking about that Cobra shot with the beating heart. It's like, it's just exciting, right? It's like some people just want to live their life.
Do it for the thrill, the adrenaline junkies.
Exactly.
I'm not one of those.
I wouldn't say I'm not one of those, though I wouldn't identify as one of those, but I don't want to drink this drink. I would do other things that are exciting.
I think the fact that you have to let it touch your lips.
That's the whole thing.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so he promptly returned it, knowing his error. He ended up mailing the toe back to the hotel. Seemed it was no worse for the wear. Still, the hotel was using an older backup toe until they could preserve it again for safety. For a small town in northern Canada, they have truly made a namesake for themselves. So here's hoping they always have toe nations, so this tradition can continue for anyone who wants a preserved toe to touch their lip. So toe time starts at 9. Are you totally down?
Do you have any more puns? I'm hoping so, but
I don't have any more puns.
ew.
Yeah, it is you. And then I also have a bonus.
Yes!
Yes! Because you had a bonus last week, and I thought I would briefly talk about another alcohol that I was thinking of doing but didn't end up doing. But then I guess I'm kind of still doing. But I probably am not going as much in depth as I would.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's quite interesting. So let's talk a little bit about snake wine. Okay, usually a rice wine or grain alcohol with a dead, usually venomous snake inside of it. Though don't worry about the potential poison because the drink is safe to consume as the alcohol does the job of neutralizing anything venomous. Although I did read on Wikipedia, there was like a whole section about the health risks that sometimes the venom is not necessarily neutralized and that you can get sick just like you would if you'd gotten a snake bite. So it's like, doesn't really...
The adrenaline rush.
It doesn't...
Take the gamble.
Adrenaline pinching.
It's adrenaline pinching.
So I guess it's like, normally that doesn't happen. I guess it's rare. You know, they tend to really take, you know, the protocols needed to make sure that that doesn't happen. But I guess there's always that risk, right? Just like anything. So a popular snake used for the drink is a pit viper, closely related to the copperhead and rattlesnake. And when not neutralized by alcohol, can leave you with permanent disability or even kill you if you don't seek medical attention right away. And at anywhere from $90 to $250 a bottle, I would hope that it's safe to drink. Okay, so how they prepare the snake is really sad. Like there's two ways and neither way is like, it's just very sad.
Like it's not PETA friendly.
Right.
Got it.
Okay, so once the snake is captured, there's two methods. The first is simply putting the snake directly into the alcohol and drowning it, and then there it is. The second is letting it pass out on ice, then gutting it and removing the insides and then sewing it back up. And I read multiple places that it tastes different if you leave the insides in versus if you take the insides out. But I don't think I'm going to find out either way. Okay, if you choose the second method, I guess that the snake wakes up for a moment once inside of the alcohol and strikes inside the bottle, then immediately dies. And some drinks actually, or like some of the bottles have the snake in a striking position.
So it like petrifies them?
Kind of, yeah. But I don't understand how, like, if you take out the insides, how it can wake up. But like
just the nerve, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, it still has brain activity, kind of like how they say if your head gets decapitated,
totally.
You can still see for like however many moments or seconds or whatever.
Totally. Yeah, that's got to be it because how else, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you wake up from being passed out and you realize all of your insides are out, you're going to have neurological like reaction. Then all of a sudden that's going to just, you have nothing else to fuel you, so you're done for in seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how that works, but what the fuck do I know? Some places will also place smaller snakes and even scorpions inside of the bottles for a better effect. Although I'm thinking if I saw a snake in a striking position in a bottle of alcohol, that's pretty effective for me.
Yeah.
But let's add a tiara.
Let's add a tiara.
So why do they use snakes? Well, if the shock effect isn't enough, the superstition is. Pit vipers, and I guess some of these other snakes, but pit vipers specifically can mate up to 26 hours. These snakes are fucking for over a day. So it's thought and believed that by drinking it, it can help you with any sexual dysfunction issues that you might have. In China, it's said to reinvigorate a person. China was the first place to have recorded making and drinking this alcohol as early as 1040 through 770 BC.
Mm-hmm.
So, world tour. First stop Canada. Next stop Asia.
I mean, all of the ones that we did for the food episode were basically in Asia.
Yeah.
So
all these drinks, all the snake wines are found in Southeast Asia. So we could start in northern Canada, maybe in like spring or summer, so it's not super cold, because I don't want to get frostbitten toe and then feel so inclined to leave it there, right?
No.
Maybe like summer, July, and then we'll go to Southeast Asia.
I'd rather just get some pure maple syrup and eat pancakes, but that's just me.
Okay, let's do that. That sounds great. I like that idea.
Love me a good bonus. Love that I didn't know you were doing a bonus. Hate it all, though. I really do. It's all terrible. It's all terrible. Vagina beer, snake wine, cocktails. No, that didn't work. I was trying to make another pun.
Cocktails?
With toe. Cocktails, like cocktails.
Cocktails?
Martoni. A cosmopolitan.
Oh my gosh. Haley's just...
Anything else?
They're just flying
off. A old fashioned.
Wow. Cosmopolitan.
Anything
that
else?
Was good. Because that's
a Pina TOElada. Okay, I'm done.
No, please don't be done. These are great. I'm trying to think of them. And then as I'm thinking
of tequila sunrise.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of any other ones I got. I don't think I have any more.
Tequila sunrise. It's like if you just put the toe in any of these drinks, you then have that.
Exactly. You don't have to adjust what you put in it. It's just you're adding a toe.
That's great.
You had your puns. I had my puns.
I love
It's been a punny time.
It has been. It has been a very punny time.
Yeah. If any of you guys are willing to try out these very strange alcohols.
Yes.
Power to you.
Right.
But let us know that you are, because
we'd
like to applaud you.
We want to know, but we don't want to partake.
Yeah, you have bigger balls than we do, for sure.
Right. The big old balls. Much bigger balls than we have.
We just have big old yonis.
Yes, but we will not be using our yonis for any kind of beer fermentation.
Nope.
For anybody.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not gonna happen. Nope.
Okay.
My cooter's for other uses, not for cooter beer.
Right. And even if you send me an at-home kit, the answer is still no.
The answer is no, and no means no.
That's right. You don't have consent to use my cooter for your beer. Well, guys, thank you for still being here, for tuning in again and again each week.
Thanks for toning in.
That was great. I'm so incredibly pleased right now.
Okay, I really do think I'm done.
You toe-nailed it right there.
Totally.
Jesus. And just like that, everybody's gone, and it's just us.
Every episode, there's something.
Yes, there is something.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Indeed.
This one was the weird one.
Yeah.
I know it's our namesake, but this one was real weird.
We
went on a journey.
Really weird. Yeah, this one was a bit of a
It was
journey.
really fun, though. I really liked this topic.
Yeah, same.
It was a good one.
I really liked, I kind of had all those little honorable mentions in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because when I was trying to land on something, I was like, oh my God.
I want to try.
Oh my God.
I want to try a grilled cheese martini. We had grilled cheeses and tomato soup for dinner, but I'm gonna have to look up this grilled cheese martini.
I think so.
Yeah. I want to see. I'm very much intrigued. Is there a cheese vodka? I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm very curious.
But there's definitely a lot of different vodka flavors.
Right.
Actually, when I was in Idaho, Alex's mom took regular vodka and added orange rinds to it to make like an orangey vodka. And then it was delicious, but his stepdad was like, oh, you know what? It could use like maybe just like a little bit of offset on the sweetness. Like, you know how an orange rind is like kind of has that bitterness to it?
Yeah.
Like it was picked up in the vodka, and so she added dates to it. And then re-soaked that, like the genius woman that she is. And it makes me want to do that, but with everything except for like toes and deer semen and, you know, dog penis.
That's totally fair. I'm right there with you on that.
You know, it makes me want to experiment flavoring things, but just with, I don't want to say normal stuff because like everybody's got their thing.
Yeah, normal is different to
wine,
to so many different people.
If
yeah,
you want
it's different for everyone.
little baby mice in your wine, that's fine. Drink it. I just want oranges in mine.
Yeah, that sounds much more appealing. I'd definitely try that.
I see what you did there. Appealing.
Oh, I didn't try. It's just flowing out of me like I'm not even thinking about it. It's just, you know, what can I say?
Yeah, that's good. The puns are really strong this episode, apparently.
I mean, I know they say it's like the armpit of all humor, but I love a good pun.
Yeah, same. And it's fun. It just adds to the...
I feel like you have to be really quick on the draw.
Yeah.
For a pun. So I feel like if anything, it makes it funnier because you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, she just thought of that.
You are on that.
She just thought of Pina TOElada. Yes, she did. That's right. That was right off of the tongue. Okay, that was the last one, guys.
Yes, it was.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back again and again and again. We see you. We love you. And if you have any strange alcohols that you've tried, that you want to try, that you've heard about, let us know. Write to us. We would really, truly, from the bottom of our hearts, love to hear from you. So please email us because we see you guys. But talk to us. Say hi.
Talk to us.
Say hello.
Hello. It me. It us.
Oh my gosh, I sit corrected. That was not the last one.
That was the last one.
We'll see. Yes, email us, please, your weird things, any of the other topics that we've discussed to weirdifypodcast@gmail.com or under our Make Contact tab on our website, weirdifypodcast.com.
Yeah, we would love to hear any of your weird stories. Obviously, you can send that to the same place. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
That's the places.
At Weirdify Podcast. And you can also find us on Facebook under Weirdify Podcast.
And YouTube, Weirdify Podcast.
And YouTube, Weirdify Podcast.
All the places, Weirdify Podcast.
Yep. We just did a tiny little update to our website. Just added some fresh new little pics of us. So if you want to see our beautiful mask-covered faces.
Yes, we did a little photo shoot on our trip to downtown Disney. And oh my God, so cute.
So cute. So cute.
So cute. Yes. So, is that it?
I think so. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your week.
Yes.
We can't wait to bring you the next weird topic.
Yes.
Which we will not disclose.
No.
But it's going to be good.
Of course it is.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be tight. Yes. And until then. Sorry, tight? What? It's not like the check model, Haley.
I was trying to make a pun.
Pervert.
Okay, well, anyway, we hope you are still staying healthy and staying safe. And until next time, keep it